Student of the week. Hi Khushi, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
So फिर आप इधर आ गए and then you found a house. How was the experience when you were living there?
People are crazy here. People are so selfish and you need to find good people to survive here. Otherwise, you're not gonna grow in this country. Because you don't have your family, you don't have your backup, you don't have your friends here. So whichever friends you make are your own and you need to find good people to grow. And network is so important to get any kind of job. From a labor job to your office job, network and small talk is so important. Some people are jealous, some people are toxic that they don't like when you're growing. So it is so important to make good friends because otherwise you would be left alone, and it is so lonely here. You only have friends. If you don't have your family, you only have your friends.
पेरेंट्स का लाड, घर का आराम छोड़कर पढ़ने आते हैं, स्कूल घर जॉब की जगलिंग में दिन बिताते हैं। डिटर्मिनेशन कुछ करने का रखता है मन को स्ट्रॉन्ग, तभी तो परदेश में भी ये अपने जलवे दिखाते हैं।
स्टूडेंट्स को जानते सब है, पर पहचानो मेरे यानी कि जयमिन के साथ शो आपनो गुजराती के स्पेशल सेगमेंट स्टूडेंट ऑफ द वीक पर।
It's time for Student of the Week. Yes, I took a break. Yes, we did not do interview last week, but now it's time for another fresh and bright interview. Why bright? Why fresh? लाइफ के अंदर कुछ चीजें ऐसी होती है जो आपके साथ बस हो जाती है, राइट? और जब इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट के साथ जब नई कंट्री में आते हो, नए तौर तरीके सीखने के लिए आते हो, तब आपको पता रहता है कि यार ये मेरे साथ ही क्यों होना था? Why just me? But you don't know that is happening with many other international students too, and that's why I started Student of the Week, to tell you that this is what happens in students' life. So if you come across any student, तो जरा उनके साथ हल्के से बात कीजिए, क्योंकि शायद वो स्टूडेंट बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ, फैमिली से दूर, you know what mental status he or she might be, just help them. पर आज के जो स्टूडेंट है उसके साथ लैंडलॉर्ड्स के साथ अच्छे एक्सपीरियंस नहीं रहे, जॉब में अच्छे एक्सपीरियंस नहीं रहे, द डिसीजन आफ्टर 12th और ग्रेजुएशन स्टिल इट्स क्वेश्चन मार्क, बट देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स कि जो आज की स्टोरी में से आपको जानने मिलने वाली है। तो यदि आप सुन रहे हैं तो कहीं मत जाइएगा, आज मैं खुशी से बात करने वाला हूं और उसकी स्टोरी के अंदर आपके पास जानने के लिए बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। Hi Khushi, good morning. How are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I am fantastic. Usually, जब आप बैक होम थे, तब ये हाय हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग का सिनेरियो कभी रहता था? wherever you were, in the workplace or in the college, in the school, in the home?
It was never the case. I would never go up in a subway in India and ask how are you today. I'm just gonna go and tell my order to them. But it's so different here. Small talks are so important, which I learned later on in coming here.
Very nice, very nice. Small talks are important. Why is that? I'll tell you in detail for now. But Khushi, आप कब आए थे? What was that time? How was the weather? What was the college? What was the course?
I came in Jan 2022.
Okay.
And my course was advertising and marketing communications, and I was in Sheridan. I am in Sheridan College.
Which campus?
It's Mississauga campus, HMC.
Okay, तो स्क्वायर वन कितनी बार जाना होता है फिर?
Honestly, I have hardly been to college because I have been attending online. Sometimes I go, but otherwise it's mostly online.
Okay, that's good to know. How was the course, by the way? जब शुरुआत कैसी थी कॉलेज में जाके?
So beginning from India, when I was applying, I was very sure that I don't want to apply in a course which have courses that I don't want to learn in future. So when I was applying, the agent I was applying from, they gave me a few colleges, and I took a week and I was going through all the courses. I was reading each course in each semester which I have to study, and I was making sure that I don't have to study maths in future.
Why?
I don't like it. I'm not good at it, so I didn't want to study it. So I went through, I researched myself, and then I decided the college, and I'm happy with it. I love what I study.
So on this note, students को कैसे अपने जब any agent tell them the course or any detail, what should they do the first thing?
I think one main thing that everybody has to know and understand is that agent is also doing their business and they also want to sell something that they can earn money from. So if they are giving you colleges, it's definitely that they're going to be paid to put you in that college. So you need to make sure that you choose a college which gives you value and not them. So you need to make sure that what you're studying is going to be beneficial to get you a good job or not, and not fall into their words that saying that, oh, this is a good college. No. You have to research by yourself.
So can we check your whole course even online?
Yes, everything is available on the college website. You can go through all the courses. Even you can get in touch with the professors, and
Really?
you can also get in touch with the alumni. So you can contact them through LinkedIn and talk to them and know about the course more and their experience with the professors and the college.
Oh, that's interesting.
Everything is available online. You just need to research more and take your time and just not be in a rush.
You did everything.
Everything.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. So फिर आप इधर आ गए and then you found a house. How was the experience when you were living there?
So my sibling was already here, and I found a house, and then he made sure that everything was okay. And when I came, the first couple of weeks, everything was okay. And then obviously when you live together, there are going to be arguments and stuff,
Correct.
which is very normal.
Yeah.
But in my case, it went to another extent, and it was just so toxic that I couldn't live there anymore. So there were arguments on very, very small things. And when you are a new student, you are trying to find a job, you're trying to manage the finances for the first time, your college is new, and the way they make you study is also very different from India. So you're trying to manage everything, and in between, if there is such toxic environment in your house, you just can't take it. So in the first month, I was like, no, I can't live here. But then I had paid the rent, so I was like, let me give it one more chance, and I stayed. And then so the people I was living with, they were also living on their rent, but I was not on the lease.
Okay.
So please make sure that you have co-signed the lease, or at least you are on the occupants list, because otherwise you don't have any right on the house, and they can do anything to you, and you won't have anybody to complain to. So
तू तो दोस्ती है, तू तो यही है, तू आजा चल जाएगा.
ऐसा नहीं होता है यहाँ पे. ये सब इंडिया में चलता है. यहाँ पे you have to be on the paper, you have to be the one, everybody knows that you're living here. So तो थोड़े दिन हो गए और फिर वापस आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हुए बहुत.
What kind of arguments? When you say arguments, what kind of arguments?
So इंडिया में तो सब कुछ मम्मी पापा कर देते हैं. यहाँ पे तो you have to do everything by yourself. So everything gets divided. So you have to do this work, you have to do this cleaning in the weekend. And I used to get more work, and I was traveling 1.5 hours for my job. So I used to come home so exhausted, and then they would keep more work from me. So
More work is बर्तन ज़्यादा रखते थे.
हाँ, बर्तन ज़्यादा रख दिया या ये काम ज़्यादा कर देना. And they were kind of a family, so they would do a work for each other and make less mess for each other, but they would make more mess for me. That is what I felt. So I raised my voice, and they didn't like it. They were like, oh, you are too young, you are just 18, you can't argue with us like this, and you're not even on the lease and stuff like that. So I felt really bad, and my trigger point was one day that their cousin came in, and the bed and the mattress that I used to sleep on, they took the mattress, saying that it's theirs. But later on, I realized that I got to know that it was the owner's mattress, and they took it saying that it's theirs, and it was a metal bed, and I didn't have a mattress. So one of my roommates put 3-4 pillows on the bed and said that you can sleep here. And the metal frame was broken. So even if I tried to sleep, I was going to sink into the bed. So it was.
What are you saying?
So it was so bad. The next day I called a few of my friends here saying that I need a house. I need to move out as soon as possible. And I was lucky enough to find a new home in 1-2 days. And I did not even give them 1 month's notice. And I left in next week. So it was 2022 date, and then I left on the 1st. It was so bad. The last week I did not go home. I did not have the key. I was worried if they are going to open the door for me or not when I reach home. So I used to stay at my friend's place all the time. I did not go home at all. It was that bad.
Did you sleep on pillows or no?
I did not. I was sitting on the dining table whole night. I was talking to my family and my friends back home, and I was crying on the phone. What should I do? What should I do? And they were like, you need to get out of this house as ASAP, and that's it. And I did not sleep that night. So, and it was sometimes when you're living together, there's going to be noise and it's going to disturb your sleep. But even when I was crying that night, they came up saying that you're making so much noise. You are not letting us sleep. So
What? Seriously?
people are crazy here. People are so selfish, and you need to find good people to survive here. Otherwise, you're not going to grow in this country because you don't have your family, you don't have your backup, you don't have your friends here. So whichever friends you make are your own, and you need to find good people to grow. So I moved out, and then it was I was lucky enough to find good girls, and they made the whole summer amazing for me. Last year was really good with those girls. I made friends. Their friends became my friends. So it was good after that. But the first 2 months, especially when you're a new student, you're going to make sure that you're on the lease or at least on the occupants list.
Wow, that was such a ride. And if you were the owner or the person who owned the lease, you didn't do the good job. I must tell you that. Because the least we can do is help somebody.
Exactly.
Or leave them peacefully.
Exactly.
You know.
If you don't like somebody, you don't have to ruin their day or their mood. You just have to say them that this is not gonna work and you should move out. But doing stuff like this, it's really bad.
Simple, I would say leave and let leave.
Exactly.
And if nothing works, then leave.
Yes.
Well, then you joined some job. What was the job about? How was your experience there?
So I found a job in 2-3 weeks of coming here. I found a job in downtown Toronto. It was a smoothie store called Booster Juice. They have a chain of stores in downtown. And my owner was in fact Indian. And so I started working, first of all, when you're a new student, you have never worked in India.
Yeah.
So any restaurant job is going to be difficult for you because it includes a lot of labor work as well.
Yeah.
But it was comparatively better than Tim Hortons or McDonald's because it was not so busy store. But the thing was that when you're working with an Indian, they tend to imagine you as not being a professional and then think that you're gonna be okay if they don't pay you on time, which is so bad. So when
आपके साथ क्या हुआ था?
So sometimes they would not pay me for 1 month or 1.5 months straight, and I had to pay rent from my GIC. My credit cards would reach their limit. I would not have money in the debit card. So when you are not getting paid on time, it becomes so difficult to manage your finances. That I was so angry on them, and when I used to tell them, they used to be like, everybody else is okay with it. Why are you raising your voice so much? So the thing is, most Indians only hire Indians thinking that they're going to be okay if you do something wrong to them. So they were like, everybody else working here have no problem because they're anyways getting paid. It was not like I was not getting paid. I was getting I was getting paid for the hours I worked, but just not on time. But it is also very difficult because if you're getting paid bi-weekly and then not getting paid for 1.5-2 months, sometimes 4 months as well.
What are you, 4 months?
Yeah. So
how do you survive then?
No, they would pay me minimum hours, but sometimes if they would ask me, because they were understaffed, if they would ask me to work more, they wouldn't pay me for those
The
hours.
extra hours.
For 4 months, 5 months. And when I left that job, I had to ask for pay, and I was so behind them. They were not paying me when I left the job. So I was going to India at that time, and I was like, I need money, and they were not paying me on time. So it is very important that you become a professional here. You know You should know that your time and your work has value, and it should be recognized. It should be paid on time.
Wow. It is interesting. But chaliye, you got all your money, right?
Yeah, I got all my money.
ऐसा कैसे छोड़ेंगे हैं?
Why?
Okay, then, you were saying that when we started the interview, small talks were important. What happened exactly after the job or during the job that changed a little bit?
So, as Indians, we are not very well trained of doing small talks in India, because we just find it stupid for some reason. But honestly, it is so important to do small talks because it helps you build network here. And network is so important to get any kind of job, from a labor job to your office job. Network and small talk is so important. I was working in my store one day and I was having a bad day. So this regular customer who used to come to me, and I used to have a small talk every day. And this day I was so tired, it was showing on my face. So he asked me, what happened to you? And I said, I'm having a bad day. I'm very tired with this job. I'm trying to find a new job. And he was like, okay, what are you studying? What kind of job are you looking for? And I said, I'm looking for this kind of job and I'm studying marketing and stuff. He said, oh, really? I'm the hiring manager in this company. Come tomorrow to my office and I'll give you a job. And the next day I got a job over there. So this was the experience which was eye-opening for me, which helped me realize the importance of small talks, that now I make sure that I have small talks with any random people. Because sometimes people are so nice here that they're gonna give you their personal numbers and they're gonna be like, call me after a year when you're done with your studies and I'll try to find you a job.
Wow. Just imagine you were just saying a random person that, hey, I'm having a bad day, and you are still doing that job right now?
Yes, I'm still with that job. It's been a year.
Very nice. And you're happy about it, everything?
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
The most important part is you're getting paid on time, right?
Yes, I'm getting paid on time and getting valued. I can call for a sick day and I'm not being scolded at if I'm calling for a sick day, because sometimes people don't know that you're going through this and you're not feeling well, but some owners are so strict with their policies that they're going to call you even if you're not feeling well. So in this job, at least, that's the security that I have.
Wow. I'm glad that you did a small talk.
Yes.
And then you are having a good time now with a good job. But, you were saying you worked at the downtown as well. Working in downtown is no easy job. Sometimes you come up, face many difficult situations. Have you come across any?
Yes. So I have been working in downtown since day one till today. I only work in downtown. So when I used to work at the smoothie store, and I opened the store and I was alone because it was just the opening time around 8-9 in the morning. And this one guy came in and I said, hi, how are you? And he threw a burning cigarette at me.
What?
Yes. And I was lucky enough to save myself. But I was shook. I was standing there and he left. He did not even care what happened to me. He threw it on my face and he left. He did not care. And I was like, what happened to me? I was standing there for a minute. I figured it out and then I called my owner like, this happened. And they were like, oh, we are going to send somebody in an hour or so. Manage yourself. I was like, okay. But then in a couple of minutes, I saw that police came in and he took him away. I'm sure he did something wrong. But these kind of things happen. How can this happen? Yeah. And sometimes homeless and druggist people would come in and break the tip jar or take a glass and then throw it on you. Sometimes take water and throw it on you, or steal something and leave. So these kind of things really are very normal in downtown, and you're going to come across that. It's not something to worry about. And if they ask you to give them money, just give them and leave, because it's not your store. You're not, you need to...
life is more important.
Yes, you need to save yourself and your life rather than saving the store. It's going to be taken care by the insurance. You don't have to worry about it.
Correct. After all this journey, all this funny and tough experiences, what is more important, staying with the right people or doing small talks or preparing yourself for Canada? What is important?
I think whoever wants to come here needs to know what's happening in this country before coming here, because everything is changing so much in this country that now you need to think twice. In Canada or any other country, you need to research if your course or your field is valuable in this country, or if you're going to pay more in here or in India or in any other country. You need to research before coming. And also you need to make sure that when you arrive, you come across and you make good friends here who help you grow and who build a surrounding which is positive for you, and they don't bring you down, because sometimes some people are jealous, some people are toxic, that they don't like when you're growing. So it is so important to make good friends, because otherwise you would be left alone, and it is so lonely here. You only have friends. If you don't have your family, you only have your friends.
Do you want to mention any special people to thank them today?
Yes. I want to mention Jai, Keshvi, Lavanya, Harshita, all my roommates that I've lived so far. They have been amazing with me, and I'm so glad that. So see, arguments are going to happen with everybody. Yeah. Small arguments, small discussions are going to happen with everybody that you live with. Even if it's your sibling, you're going to argue with them. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if you build good relations, they're going to last. So that is my advice to everybody.
And, sometimes away from country, festivals and especially every small little things will make you miss about the parents and the home and everything. What do you miss the most?
I miss Navratri. Navratri is coming up. I miss it the most. 9 days of fun. But it's good that now all the artists are coming here and we are able to celebrate other festivals. But still, we miss the family. I miss my parents because my parents are aging and now they are not in their 30s or in their 40s. So we are always worried about the family. And I just want them to come here and live with me someday. We'll see.
How often do you call them?
See, my parents are not that, oh, come here, beta, let me hug you or kiss you. My parents are very, okay, talk to me from a distance kind of people. So even if I'm calling them, I call them every other day and I tell them this is what is happening, and this is, at least they know what's happening. Because phone is the only way that you can connect to them, and you need to be connected to your family. You're not going to go back after 2 years and you don't even know what's happening at your house. You don't even know who's working at your house. You don't even know your parents' friends. You need to stay connected. Yes.
That's right. Any 3 things before we close the interview, what do you want to mention to any new students or existing students? Any advice? Khushi's Gyan.
Please be on the lease. Please be on the occupants list. Please make sure that you learn something from India, from your mom, like cooking stuff. Please know that you're not going to survive on bread and bananas whole day. You need to make real food at home, and it is so expensive to get Uber or to eat outside every day. So please learn something. YouTube is not going to help. It is going to help till an extent, but जो घर पे बनता है, जो मम्मी बनाती है, वो उसके लिए, वो taste के लिए, you have to learn it from your mom. So please learn how to cook and do small talks, man. Networking is the most important thing to find any kind of job in this country. It's not India that you're going to get a job through your parents' contacts and stuff. You need to build your own network. When your parents come here, they should be surprised seeing that you have built such a network and so many people know you wherever you go. So they should feel like that. So know people, take their numbers, keep in touch with them. So then when you graduate, you have a job in hand. Because most people get jobs because they are likable and not because of their skills.
Correct.
It is true in this country that you get job because you are likable from other people. They know you and you do small talks with them and you get job or you get promotion here. So be the nice person and bubbly person and keep smiling all day and ask how are they and tell them good morning, good evening. It's not going to cost you anything. It's just one word or it's just going to take a few seconds.
That's fantastic. Very rightly said. Thank you so much for joining today. It was a pleasure talking to you.
I'm glad. I hope everybody hears it and finds it. helpful to them.
Of course, you were. Thank you so much, Khushi. Thank you. जब लाइफ में चीजें डिफरेंट होती है तब दो चीजें हो सकती है. Either you just stay back and keep questioning yourself and the situation that why me. Second होता है खुशी जैसे. What next I can do? How better I can be? Leave and let leave. And as I said, if you can't do that, just leave from that situation or from the house, from the job, from the circle, wherever you are. लाइफ में कहाँ पॉज करना, कहाँ स्टॉप करना और कहाँ पे रीस्टार्ट करना, ये आपको खुद को पता होना चाहिए. नोबडी विल टेल यू. घर चेंज करना कब करना है? आफ्टर क्राइंग द होल नाइट, putting her on a situation to sleep on a pillow, that was the trigger point. If something is happening with you, you need to decide. If your own money is not reaching you on time, that is the point you need to decide. But yes, with everything, the network you build is the most important thing. यदि आपके पास अच्छे दोस्त है तो उनको ना जरा प्यार से रखना. छोटी छोटी बातों के लिए 2 प्लेट ज्यादा शायद धोनी पे पड़े उनके लिए, दैट्स बी एब्सोल्युटली ओके. बट यार 20 नहीं होनी चाहिए, 2 चलेगी. वेल दैट वाज अ स्टोरी. वेल आज की बात यहीं पे फिनिश करते हैं. नेक्स्ट वीक फिर से मिलेंगे एक और स्टूडेंट के साथ. इफ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, दिस विल बी अपलोडेड ऑन माई यूट्यूब एंड इंस्टाग्राम, RJ Jaymin, and YouTube is Anchor Jaymin, ANCHORJAYMIN. And if you have any comments, do let me know on my Instagram as well. We'll be connected there as well.
पेरेंट्स का लाड, घर का आराम छोड़कर पढ़ने आते हैं. स्कूल, घर, जॉब की जगलिंग में दिन बिताते हैं. डिटर्मिनेशन, कुछ करने का रखता है मन को स्ट्रॉन्ग. तभी तो परदेश में भी ये अपने जलवे दिखाते हैं.
स्टूडेंट्स को जानते सब है, पर पहचानो मेरे यानी कि जयमिन के साथ. शो આપણો ગુજરાતી के स्पेशल सेगमेंट स्टूडेंट ऑफ द वीक पर.